has been 35 years since a bolt of lightning sent our next guest back to the future. And my goodness, what a journey it has been. He is here today to take us inside the pages of his latest book, No Time Like the Future. Please welcome 5-time Emmy and 4-time Golden Globe winning icon, the incomparable Michael J. Fox.
Welcome, Michael.
Thank you so much for being here, Michael.
Hi, guys.
We're so excited.
My pleasure.
We're so excited to have you, and we're going to dive into your amazing new book in just a second. But truly, we would be remiss not to mention that every single time we drive to the home and family house here on the Universal lot, we all still, to this day, get chills every time we pass that iconic clock tower and all the other set pieces from Back to the Future, which are all floating around here, by the way. So, Michael, this is what we're going to do. We are going to hop into that DeLorean. We are going to program it to Christmas of 2020. There you go. Beautiful. The flux capacitor. What is the Fox family going to be doing to celebrate this holiday season?
We're going to be doing the same thing we were doing since March. Just with a tree. With a tree to dance around.
Oh, you guys are going to dance around the tree, too. That's good.
Normally, it's a big holiday for us. We have a lot of, like Thanksgiving, we normally have like 25 people in the combined families. But we were 6 of us, and then we did the Zoom and everything. So I imagine we'll do the much same for Christmas. But the holidays mean so much more in times like this. Being with the family is just, it's the flip side of it. There's the horrible side of people having loss and sickness and being alone that we faced a lot in March. And then the other side of it, with families being together for first time in years for that amount of time, sharing things and sharing conversations. That's the experience we had, which was really, we felt really blessed.
That's
yeah,
absolutely true. You know, it really is a perspective shift. You know, trying to look at the upside, the glass half full. Thank you for sharing that. And now, it may have been 35 years since Back to the Future, my friend, but there has been a special someone by your side through 32 of those years. Of course, I'm talking about your wife, Tracy Pollan, who was recently here. We were talking about that. She's truly been instrumental in your health journey. So tell us a little bit about how she's helped you stay so positive through so many challenges.
Well, the big thing with Tracy is that, like, right from the beginning, when I was diagnosed, I diagnosed really summarily, and the guy just told me that, young onset Parkinson's, he can work for another 10 years, and then I left his office, and I went home and somehow explained that to my wife for 2 years, 2 years with a 2-year-old son. And and we, none of us knew what to expect. We didn't know anything about the disease. We didn't know anything about its rate of progression. But I noticed she didn't blink. And she didn't blink, and she said she was living. So, and she's been living ever since.
And I know, I love how you describe her, that I think you said something along the lines of that she's not a rock in a sense, because rocks are kind of sturdy and solid and unchanging. And really, if the two of you may be more compared to the rock, whereas she is more flexible and able to move and flow with the challenges as they arise.
I'm a rockhead.
Well, I didn't want to say that.
The thing that she didn't assume to know 100% of what I'm going through. She knows 80%, 90%, the other 10, 15% you can't know. Yeah. Only I know. And I don't even know what hell. I'm trying to figure it out. And she gives me room to try to figure it out, because it kind of impose a caretaker thing on me. She's not my caretaker, she's my wife.
Right.
And she cares about me, and she takes care of me sometimes when I need it, but she also lets me trip and fall when I have to.
And she does it with,
like the thing.
She does it with humor too. Yes. I understand, because listen, you got to find the lightness.
She's funny. She's hilarious. She's one of the funniest people I know. And that's been a real key to our relationship. Because after a while, you're cute and you're sexy and all that stuff, but you're 25, you better get along.
Yeah. But you're 25. I mean, you're in deep. If by you're 25, you better get along. But you're 2.
No, when you're 25. When you're 30. Yeah. When you're 30, you got to see the humor.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just living for the comedy now.
That's right. So you have always had a glass half full mentality, which is so fantastic. And in your book, however, you detail how you were unfortunately forced to reassess that perspective after dealing with some really major setbacks after your spinal surgery. Tell us what happened.
Well, I had a run of situations, which was, my Parkinson's was advancing, and there's nothing to do with that. I've kind of reached a détente with that. I accept it and give it as much room as it takes, and the room that it leaves me to myself, I thrive in and do other things. So I was kind of okay with Parkinson's. And then I had a spinal tumor that had to be removed. So I had surgery on my spine. And that necessitated me, because if it had grown much more, it was going to cause me paralyzed. So I had to have the surgery. But the consequence of that was I was going to have to learn to walk again. So long story short, I had the surgery. I learned to walk again. I went through 5 months of therapy, learning to literally the mechanics of walking. And then I felt really cocky in August. And I convinced my family to let me come back to the city by myself for a vacation thing to do a cameo on a film. And I came home and I was by myself. My daughter begged me to let her stay over and get me off to work in the morning. And I said, no, I'm fine. Scott, I'll go home. It's fine. Electric department, I'm fine. And I woke up the next morning and I fell down in the kitchen and broke my arm, shattered my humerus. Got 19 pins and a plate in it. And but as I was lying on the floor waiting for the ambulance to come, I managed to call for help. And I was just tearing into myself, because I'd always said, be hopeful. Everything's the bright side. Everything, the glass always half full. And there I was in the kitchen floor saying, I can't make lemonade out of this. I'm out of the lemonade business. This is ridiculous. Right. And it caused me to go into a long period of re-examining my optimism and where did it come from? What were the roots of it? Was it finite? It was a really interesting journey.
Yeah.
And to share not only your successes, but also your challenges with having that attitude. It's so incredibly helpful to so many. You're an inspiration for, obviously the things that you're able to get through and the challenges that you've had and so many things in between. So thank you for sharing all of this in this book. And I know your family agrees. We've talked about Tracy, but you've got 4 grown children who are very close to you, and you are very close to them. And although they've almost all flown the coop, say it ain't so, there's one child that has no intention ever of moving out. Tell us about Gus.
Where's Gus?
I hear him in the background. We hear him.
We can hear him chanting.
I have a painting of Gus to my left. I don't want to wing you around because I'll screw it up. But yeah, Gus is great. Gus is my he's now almost 13. Great Dane lab mix, with a bunch of other stuff in there. There's Basset Hound in there somehow. Basset Hound, Great Dane got mixed up in the same gene pool. But he's great. He's my buddy, and when my son went to college, I was at home with my wife and 3 daughters, who I love more than anything in the world. But I was drowning in a sea of estrogen. I needed a male companion, and my son was at school, cross country. So I found this dog in Martha's Vineyard, and he's been with me ever since, and he's my pal.
Beautiful.
So sweet. In the last pages of your book, you share your observations on whether or not it is actually possible to continue to be an optimist and also a realist at the same time. Tell us about the conclusion that you finally came to and what it really just all comes down to in the end.
Well, it's real important for me for me personally, and when I write it, it's not prescriptive. I don't have any answers for anybody that they can't find on their own. Mine are no better, but they're just mine. I'm happy to share them. Optimism is only possible if there's gratitude. You have to find gratitude, and you have to accept whatever your dilemma is. I mean, a guy once said, a football player once said, I can't remember who it was, but I heard him say in an interview, he said, I don't know a good person who hasn't been through something. And we've all been through something this year. And if we can just find places in there to be gratitude, whether it's time with your family or whether it's a work situation that worked out at work from home, or you found daycare for your kid, and there's something to have and you can feel gratitude for. Then optimism is sustainable.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you certainly are an amazing example of that. We thank you so much for being here, Michael, and thank you so much for raising awareness to help us all find a cure for Parkinson's disease. I mean, you are fantastic, and we are sending so much love to you and your family. Please tell Tracy we'd love to have her back to cook again, and happy holidays to you.
You're an amazing man,
Have a cool
Michael.
you. Thank you.
We adore you. Thank you, Michael. To date, the Michael J. Fox Foundation has funded an incredible $1 billion with a B in research to find a cure for Parkinson's disease. For more information, please visit michaeljfox.org and be sure to pick up a copy of No Time Like the Future. An Optimist Considers Mortality wherever books are sold.
Amazing. Wow.
Gosh, I love him. We love you, Michael.
Really special.